These are my top 8 things that I miss about the US as an American living in Germany. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought about doing this video because I've been seeing a resurgence of Americans living abroad and they're talking about things that they miss about the US. If you guys have been following my channel, you know I did a whole Germany, USA pairing thing, as well as sharing with you some of my experiences. And so this video I thought might just be a little bit fun, sharing some updated things that I miss about the US. Okay, let's just jump right into this video with number 1. This is going to be, universal. I think if there's any American moving to Europe in general, maybe London is outside of that, but Europe in general, they're going to be talking about this one thing that they just miss about the US, and it's going to be AC. I think I've mentioned this on this channel as well, but they really don't have AC in some of the basic places. I know in Germany, there's sometimes not AC even in hospitals. There's no AC in trains, like the subway trains. There's no AC sometimes in the bus. There's no AC inside. There's no AC in the home, the apartment. AC is just not a thing, and I'm sure people have already explained why this is. I don't know what's going on, but this is something that I absolutely miss about the US. Even though I can say the US does go to the extremes with the AC, sometimes it's almost too cold, but AC, I miss AC. I miss just being cool in every single location that I go into. I hate feeling hot. I hate being hot. It's just something you're gonna have to live with if you do move abroad, especially to Europe. There is just no concept of AC. The next thing that I miss is big parking lots. I was only aware of this because I've been living in Germany for such a long time now that I am used to some of these things. But when my mom and my sisters would visit and they would just comment about, oh my God, the roads are just so small. The parking spots are just so tiny. The parking lots, they have huge lots, but then the parking spaces are this small. And this could be to the fact that, a lot of people in Germany are not driving these huge, monster truck SUVs. They're driving really tiny cars, and that could be the reason. But I definitely miss a huge parking lot, a huge parking space, because I just like to have space on the side of me when I park. It doesn't feel like a lot of pressure. And here it's just so small, there's pressure to fit in those lines. So if you're not a good driver, I feel like that might give you a little bit of anxiety, but it's definitely something that I miss about the US. This next one I think is a double-edged sword. It's fake friendliness. And I think a lot of people know the stereotype about Germans. They're very direct. They're not really that friendly. And the stereotype about Americans is that they'll strike up a conversation with you randomly out of nothing. And it's just this fake type of friendliness. Also, if you just go into any stores, it's just good morning, hello, hello in the US. It is something that I miss. It's a double-edged sword because these people don't care about you when they, greet you or whatever. They don't really care about you necessarily, but it's just this common, just regular friendliness that they greet you with or strike up a conversation with you. I miss that because I feel on any given day, literally you just have to be worried about a German person potentially ruining your day because there's no such thing as everyday friendliness. I miss this so much with the US. I feel I had less annoying days. So yeah, I miss the fake friendliness. And fake friendliness might not even be the term for this. I don't know what it is. You guys let me know if you agree with fake friendliness or it's a different type of terminology for this thing that I'm talking about. If you're American, you probably know what I'm talking about. The next thing that I absolutely miss about the US is gonna be the grocery variety. In America, there's just so much variety of every item. You can get anything that you want. Cheeses, or there's maybe different tomatoes, or if there's different garlic variety, there's chopped garlic, there's peeled garlic, there's garlic and oil. You can literally get different types of one thing in a supermarket. And here it's literally maybe one little section of one item, or if it's a specific thing. For example, there's something called mountain cheese. You can only get this one or two variations of this mountain cheese. Or if there's milk, there's only maybe 5 brands of milk that you can get at the supermarket. There's not a huge variety, so you pick and choose. Think about matcha, for example. You can't really find matcha in the supermarkets here. You have to buy that online, or if there is matcha, it's one variation of matcha. So I really do miss that about the States, just going in there and being okay, which one am I gonna try today? Can I also get it chopped, that item? Can I get that item already peeled? Can I get that item with seeds or without seeds? You can pick and choose, and I really do miss that. The next thing is gonna be using a credit card for everything. I don't know what it is about Germany, but it feels like they're allergic to credit cards. I think actually the reason why Germans don't like to use credit cards is because of the fee that they have to pay if you use a credit card. I'm just like, we're in 2026. Like, I feel like we should be able to use credit card. Everything is either like cash or debit card forward. And for me, I like my Amex. If you try to battle me over nonsense, I can just have Amex. You know, you and Amex can take that up. But here it's like they just don't want to use credit cards. So I miss being able to go into any simple, small, large shop and just be able to just use my credit card. No questions asked. The next thing that I want to mention, I think this is actually what I was talking about with fake friendliness. I feel like both of these things kind of go hand in hand, and it is about customer service. So customer service is abysmal. In Germany, there is no such thing as customer service. People on the landline, if you're calling them like a phone company or a company where you can only reach them by phone, people will actually hang up on you and there's no repercussions for that individual. So I definitely do miss customer service, just being able to interact with someone and they have the mentality that, you know, the customer is right. Even in the most smallest situations, I feel like the customer should be right, especially if there's no conflict. There's no reason why employees are hanging up the phone in your face, basically. So the next thing is going to be drive-thrus. I never thought this was even a thing. You know, living in America, you just go through drive-thrus and you take it for granted and you're just like, okay, I can just get my thing in the drive-thru. And here it's like there's nothing that's a drive-thru. Like there's absolutely nothing. Like to get coffee, okay, there is McDonald's. McDonald's is probably the only drive-thru that I've seen. Coffee, anything else like milk, dairy. In New York we have Dairy Barn. There's no drive-thrus, and it's just like, what if I'm just like on my way to work and I just want to grab a coffee quick? I don't want to exit my car. I just want to get the coffee. You can't do that here. There's no such thing as drive-thru. Like you can only get that from McDonald's, and I miss that convenience of just being able to not leave my car and get something and then keep going. You know what I mean? And then the last thing is convenience. So that kind of ties in with the drive-thru, but I think in general, just the convenience of having everything at your fingertips. I took that for granted living in New York, being able to get like a salad when I wanted to, being able to get garlic already chopped when I need it. Like I don't have to actually chop garlic, being able to get like different variations of salads. There's just that convenience of being able to get everything. And this also goes for booking appointments for anything. Everything is very digitalized in the US versus here where you have to call, you have to talk to people, wait, be put on hold. It's just not convenient. And so I absolutely miss this about America. And I wish, or I hope in the future years, convenience becomes more of a priority for Germany, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, this was 8 things that I miss about the USA as an American living in Germany almost a decade now. I think a decade now or over a decade now. I need to actually count. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys miss about the US if you have moved abroad. I'm super interested. And let me know if you guys are, you know, American viewers, what you think about some of these things that I talked about. Like, could you stand it? Could you manage it? Let me know in the comment section, and I hope you guys have a great, amazing day, and I will see you in the next one.